We're back with some serious redemption in today's episode of Flippin' Friday, because if you didn't watch the last episode, things didn't quite go so well. To this day, I still don't know why I had such a lack of interest on Facebook Marketplace for that build, but I did receive a lot of comments from you guys saying that selling on Facebook Marketplace kinda went to the dump a couple of months ago. I have heard recently though that things are starting to pick back up, so I don't know if there was an algorithm change or what, but in today's episode, we are gonna complete this as a local flip. I hope. Pulling in now. Really hope. Yep, there she is. Let's go. Oh my God, there's two people. Oh boy, that's not good. Am I being set up? All right. I have what I think is a perfectly tuned combination of new and used parts for a gaming PC that should yield us about a $200 profit. Should is the key word. I'm gonna assemble this PC on my Twitch live stream where I do all of the Flippin' Friday builds, so let's check out what parts I'm using after a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by GVG Mall, and you probably already know that I've been using them for so long to activate Windows on a ton of my own builds. They're actually running a huge sale right now, which boosts my normal 18% discount up to 25% off if you use code ZTT18, and I'll have that linked at the top of the description. They not only have Windows keys, but also a ton of other stuff such as Office, and even game keys for platforms like Steam, Origin, and Uplay, and they even have console stuff too, like PSN prepaid cards as well. Activating Windows is super simple and only takes like 3 minutes total, so activate Windows today and remove that nasty watermark, and don't forget to use ZTT18 for 25% off. Alright, so for the parts list today, the CPU we're using is a brand new Ryzen 5 5500. Picked this up for $84 off Newegg, and because of our GPU, I didn't want to go too much more budget than this. Plus, for Ryzen flips, I think it's best to stay on either 5000 series or 7000 series, which will increase the likelihood that someone will buy because it's newer. Next up is the motherboard, and we're going back to the meta strategy of buying a budget AM4 used motherboard off Amazon Warehouse. This meta comes in phases because sometimes Amazon Warehouse will be super empty and sometimes it'll be filled with deals. We're definitely in the latter phase right now because I scored this ATX size B450 Tomahawk Max 2 for $59, and I also snagged a few other similar deals that day as well. This puts our CPU motherboard combo at only $143, and whenever this combo can start out low, you know you got a chance at a solid PC flipping profit. Next up is the RAM, and this is the NeTAC White DDR4 16GB kit that's clocked at 3200 MHz. To mix things up a bit, I actually saw this over on eBay, but it is still brand new. NeTAC is selling it themselves on eBay and nowhere else, at least not at this price, and for under 40 bucks, it's pretty solid. The cheapest I could find a similar all-white kit was about $45 over on Amazon or Newegg, so I might be hitting up NeTAC again here in the near future. After that, we have the SSD, and this is just another Team Group MP33 1TB drive.
Over and over and over.
Nothing super special here if you're copying this along at home, but I did actually get this for free with a crazy Newegg gift just a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember what I purchased, but I think it was an expensive GPU, but Newegg just threw this in here as a free gift. Currently, they're now giving out 512GB SSDs, so I'll have a ton of those as well. But yeah, I don't expect them to do a 1TB gift anymore because honestly, they're probably losing money on that one. I'll take it though, easy profit for me. And finally, to polish off this motherboard prep, here I am showing off the CPU cooler, and this is just the stock one that came with the 5500, but of course I painted the outer shroud all white. This is super easy to do and takes very minimal time. It's one of my personal flipping metas because it's essentially a free aesthetic upgrade, especially if you're all stocked up on the white spray paint from previous projects. Now we'll move on to the power supply, and this is the MSI A550BN. I've been using this a ton in my budget builds as it's 550 watts and rated tier C, which is all we need for a budget build like this. And instead of using the all black cables that it comes with, here I'm installing some Asia Horse weight extensions, and this is the 16 gauge kit that costs 20 bucks. All of these parts are going inside one of my new favorite cases, and this is the MagniumGear Neo Air 2. You might have actually seen me use the black version in last week's video, and I was so excited when I bought that I also bought this white version at the same time. This one not only has a different color, but the shade of wood grain is also a bit lighter as well. This is an ATX size case that comes with 4 pre-installed all black 120mm fans, and the total price is only 60 bucks. It's lacking a bit in the cable management department, but other than that, it's rock solid, and I'm definitely going to continue buying it if it stays in stock at this price on Newegg. Now for this white version though, it's unfortunate that they included black fans instead of white, so I had to adjust my color scheme by just a little bit. Instead of going with an all white build and having these black fans stick out like a sore thumb, I decided to balance out the color scheme a bit with this black
GPU, which is the Asus Dual RTX 3060. This gives it more of a three-tone white, black, and wood grain look, so the fans don't look so bad in here. This 3060 is a 12GB version, which is what we're looking for, and I snagged this up for a great price over on eBay for only $189. Now, this is used, of course, but used GPUs are where you can make the majority of your profit margin when it comes to flipping. Instead of paying like $250 to $300 for a new version, we're essentially getting a $100 profit right here, which should set us up real nicely in combination with that CPU motherboard combination as well. All in all, here's what the final parts list is looking like, and my total cost for the project was only $496. Again though, I did get the SSD entirely for free, so if you're copying this at home, you'd be closer to about $550. During the stream, we talked about how much I should list this flip for, which again, I'm only posting locally here in Pittsburgh, and you guys were saying anywhere between $650 to $750. Because of our last failed flip attempt in episode 4, I was nervous to put it towards the higher end, but I still actually put it up there at $700 to start. Honestly, I'd take less money at this point if it means a sale, because with my total cost of $496, I'll be making a profit pretty easily, and I just want to complete this flip and not have another failed episode. Here's what my sale posting was looking like, and I posted this up on July 5th and just hope for the best. I was sure to include several high quality photos that really emphasize how good that wood front panel of the case looked. And of course, the first paragraph is selling the experience of the PC and not just the parts list. Remember, always sell the sizzle, not the steak.
Spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
And finally, below that, I did include the benchmarks for the popular games. Here's actually the full benchmarking run that we did just for this YouTube video. Don't have any gameplay recordings for this one, but as you can see, the 5500 and RTX 3060 played every game without a problem in 1080p. So just like usual, several days went by, and honestly, for the first week, I wasn't getting any action at all. Where is everybody? Last year, I feel like I would post up a PC and get hit up right away and at least get lowball offers every day, but I'm still not getting that right now on Facebook Marketplace. I have no clue if the algorithm changed, or maybe I'm shadow banned. I don't know what's going on. Thankfully though, on July 13th, I got the message that I was waiting for.
Sorry for the iPhone footage here, but we're in my truck and I got the PC loaded up. I'm hopefully about to go make this sale. Some dude messaged me just a couple of hours ago, and I said that the earliest I could meet up was 6:30, but he had to go to work, so he said he was gonna send his fiance. I just sent her a message like to confirm everything about 10 minutes ago, and she hasn't responded yet. I'm hoping that is just because she's driving to our pickup spot, but there is a chance that they flake out on me. But if this goes through, I'm gonna feel good because we've been waiting like 2 weeks to sell this build.
I was definitely a little nervous about this because this is very similar to a typical local selling nightmare where the buyer flakes on you, but I got some good news during the drive over there.
I just got confirmation that she's already there. She showed up early and I'm about 5 minutes away, so hopefully all goes well. I hope that she just brings all of the agreed upon amount and we're good to go. One of the things that I actually do whenever I sell locally is I tell the person that's buying to please bring the exact amount because I don't have change on me. And that kind of like removes the possibility of them trying to haggle like right at the last second, which I've had people try to do. Pulling in now. Really hope, yep, there she is. Let's go. Oh my God, there's 2 people. Oh boy, that's not good. Am I being set up? All right. Let's go.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
After the failure of Flippin' Friday, just feeling like reinvigorated in the Flippin' Friday process. Now that build still did sit for probably close to 2 weeks. So maybe I just need to re-gauge my expectations of how long it takes to locally sell a flip. That's not a crazy deal. 2 years ago when I was selling PCs locally, it was mostly me selling them at like way cheaper than what they should have cost. I'm feeling fired up. Flippin' Friday. Episode number 6. The next one is definitely gonna happen.
And yeah, I got the full $700 asking price, so that equates to a monster $204 profit for this build. And for Flippin' Friday Season 2, we're now at a total profit of $582. In episode 4, we didn't add or subtract any profit because I just got my money back for that build. So $582 profit from essentially just 4 builds is pretty solid, especially considering that these were all done locally. At $582, we're also now essentially playing with house money, as I can now use the profit for the next flip without digging any further into my own bank, which is really exciting. If you missed those previous episodes of Flippin' Friday, feel free to click the playlist that's on the screen now. And yeah, I'm excited to report that I'll be back with another episode of Flippin' Friday, hopefully soon.